What is up, everyone? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if this is your first time here. I'm Arden, and today I wanted to share some of the books that I have recently read and finished, and what is next on my TBR. So I think I've mentioned these in a previous episode that I did, but I don't quite remember. So I'm going to mention them again. And I think I was still reading this book, but I have finished it. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it. But that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I think I'm going to mispronounce all the names. But this was a fantastic book. Really loved it. I'm in my fantasy era right now, and had heard good things about the Poppy War and wanted to pick it up and give it a try. So I did. And it is about an orphan girl who takes a test that they hold throughout the lands and scores the highest that you can and gets into this really prestigious war college. And it's kind of her way of escaping her living situation, which is not great. And spoilers ahead. If you haven't read The Poppy War, you think you might want to skip this. But she wants to become as powerful as possible. And so you're kind of rooting for her, but you're also like, ooh, this could go sideways real quick because she just wants power. And that's usually like a trope that we see in the villain, right? So she's kind of a little bit of a maybe morally gray character, I would say, especially towards the end of the book. You kind of start to question her motives a little bit, or the lengths that she's willing to go. But I really enjoyed the book. I loved the writing, and I really loved that the author wove in the world building in such a like seamless way. It didn't feel heavy or like you were kind of like sludging through like all this information. It was really well done, really written well, and I loved it, enjoyed it. Finished it faster than I thought I would. It did take me a while. I think this is the thickest book I've read in a long time, so it took me a little bit to get through it. I am getting back into reading, so I'm a little slow, but I really liked it. There were fights, so there were action sequences, there was history, there's magic, drugs, I mean, a little bit of everything. And then the end was fantastic. It is a trilogy. So I am looking forward to getting the next book. I do plan to read the entire trilogy, which I think the next book is, I don't know if it's in here. I can't quite remember what the title of the next one is. The Dragon Lord or something like that, maybe. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. But anyways, this was a 5-star read for me. I will say I'm probably kind of a looser with my ratings than a lot of people are. I definitely read like purely for enjoyment, and I really enjoyed this book. So it was a 5-star for me. Highly recommend. So after reading The Poppy War, I needed a palate cleanser. I needed something a little lighter, something fun. but I wanted to stay within like the fantasy realm, or genre. So I picked up Kimberly Lemming's That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I'd heard really good things about this book, and was in a Barnes and Noble, and the cover, I mean, oh, super cute and caught my attention. So I picked it up and devoured it. I mean, I read this book in a couple of days. It was so good. There were several moments where I laughed out loud, and just loved it. I love Lemming's writing style, the humor, the language that she uses. It was just so good. And there were such sweet moments in the book. Like there's a moment where our demon is taking out Sin's braids and doing her hair for her. And it was just so sweet and like such a soft moment after like some action sequences that it was just, oh, I loved it. I was like, oh, it's so cute. It like hurt my soul. It was so cute. Um, and so this is definitely a romantasy, and the side characters, again, hilarious. I'm very excited for the next book, which is That Time I Got Drunk and Needed a Love Potion at a Werewolf. And I'm assuming that werewolf is um, Felix, who is in this book as a side character. And I am, yeah, looking forward to it because I enjoyed him as a character. So I will definitely be reading this entire series. I cannot wait to pick up the next one because I'm going to continue this kind of reading strategy, I guess, that I have, which is kind of like a heavier book and then a lighter book and then a heavier book and kind of going that way. And these are really easy, just enjoyable books to read. So I will be picking up the rest of these. But again, highly recommend. So I finished that yesterday. So now I'm on to my TBR. And my next book is a heavy book, but it's Red Rising by Pierce Brown. And I'm really looking forward to this. My understanding is it's about a world where people have essentially been put into classes by um, like color sorting. So it's about a red that becomes a gold, and the reds are kind of the responsible for labor. Essentially, they're seen as like subhuman, and they're supposed to be doing labor to help colonize Mars, I believe. But what they don't know is that Mars has been colonized for a long time, and now they're just being used for like free labor. So it should be really good. And this is another one that is a series. I think there's 5 books in the series. So I'll see if I like the first one, and if I do, then I'll pick up the rest. But I've heard really good things about it. I'm looking forward to it. And I just started it yesterday after I finished That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. But I also have to show off my bookmark for this one. I love it. Yay. And I had a really cute bookmark for my other book that I was reading. It was a little toad and his little mushroom. It was very cottagecore and went like perfect with this book. So yeah, my bookmark game, stepping up my bookmark game. But after I read Red Rising, I'm going to be moving on to Bipartisan, which is by Dallas Smith, who is an amazing human being and an amazing writer. And I met her at LavenderCon, and am just super excited to read this book. Again, it's one that I have heard amazing things about, and Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So this is bipartisan. It is a romance. I mean, there's a cat in it, so you know it's going to be good. And let's see here. Who says politics and fake dating don't mix? Congressman Jamie Montgomery knows that re-election will be tough as a young single man representing a newly redrawn district in North Carolina. And that's without him coming out as bisexual. But when he sees Adrian across the bar, Jamie forgets about the political need for discretion. It's supposed to just be one night, but after being publicly outed, fake dating the gorgeous veterinarian may be the only thing that can save Jamie's campaign. The more time they spend together, the more they want with each other. But after a childhood as a military brat, big-hearted but anxious Adrian is used to keeping everyone at a distance, finding it easier to connect with animals than people. As November approaches, Jamie's re-election is anything but certain, and even if he wins, can introverted Adrian be happy as a politician's boyfriend? Super excited for it. So this is going to be my light read after Red Rising. So my fun read. But if you've not read any of Dallas's books, I highly recommend picking this one up. Um, oh, super excited for it. So after this, we have this beautiful book. I mean, she's gorgeous. By S.T. Gibson. And I'm not going to lie, I've heard about this book and then I saw it on the shelf and it was a little bit of a cover buy because it is just so beautiful. But it is an romance, like paranormal romance, which I'm into. So I picked it up. No regrets. This is the hardcover, which has the Hanged Man on it. And I mean, again, it's just beautiful. Ugh. So I'm super excited to read this. And it's another one that I've heard like good things about. So it should be a good read. Only blood can rewrite blood. So, and this is book 1 in the Summoner's Circle series, and it's evocation. Evocation. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But again, beautiful, beautiful book. The hands down here, you can kind of see them if I get it right. But anyways, so that's my TBR and what I just finished. I'm super excited for all of these. I would love to know what you're reading. Are you putting together your autumn TBRs? Have you read any of the books that I've mentioned and what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments and let me know if you're enjoying the bookish content and if you want more of it. Yeah, I think that's it. Have a wonderful day.